Basically, this is what your screen got stuck at. Can you see?
Oh, wow, that's staggeringly accurate.
So my master's is, it's like a cross between an IT and an MBA, but it's like a technical MBA of sorts.
Right.
Uh, but my bachelor's, I'm actually a dual core engineer. My bachelor's was an electrical and electronics engineering degree.
Right. Okay.
So, I was just like, because my mom and dad, they're both engineers.
Okay.
So my dad's an electrical engineer, my mom's an electronics engineer. So when I was growing, I was like, fuck, I'll do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the time I finished my bachelor's, I was like, yeah, I don't like it that much. And like it's not for me. But the good thing was because I've always been like into programming and coding.
Right.
So I like even in school, in our school when we were growing up, they used to teach us SQL and Visual Basic
Really?
in school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
yeah, like I learned SQL, Visual Basic, HTML5 basically.
In
Back in the days of
school?
front page. Do
In
you remember
like,
that?
but like this was in like secondary school kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Like when I was year six. Year six is how old? Like 12 or
Fuck.
13?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like. I mean, this is
Yeah.
why I'm so.
Like we for my the Indian equivalent of like the A levels. So I had computer science,
Yeah.
and we had two main languages that we had to pick up. In terms of programming, it was C and C++.
Yeah. But like
And we
before
also,
that, like let's
yeah,
say you're like sort of 11, 12, 13 years old. At that
yeah,
age,
basic
what are you
SQL,
learning? Really? That's
basic
fucking
SQL, Visual
amazing.
Basic.
It
Yeah.
makes me so angry though, because it's like I remember watching an interview with Will I Am, and I mean we can have a debate all day about whether we think he's some sort of tech entrepreneur or not, but one of the few pearls of wisdom that he has come out with was he was saying like basically in China they were teaching their children in secondary, like young children like 12, 13, how to code in iOS and and like C++ and stuff. And he was like, we all know that this is going to be the future, that tech jobs are going to be what drives the economy. So why are we not teaching 12-year-olds he's talking about the US, but it's as true over here as it is over there.
Right.
I'm like, why the fuck are we like? I think back to my secondary school, and if I had said like, yeah, I want to do more IT lessons, they would have gone like, yeah, why don't you join computer club? Why don't you come down here at computer club at lunchtimes and you can have a go on the older BBC computers, which were like these, not even like Microsoft or like IBM, BBC computers. They're like, I don't know why they were called like BBC computers. I think they were genuine. There was some relationship there between and there was like Acorn computers, which.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember them? And yeah, like I had no exposure to anything close to programming until I was literally like 35, when I was like, oh, maybe I'll retrain.
Do of course. Do you remember MS-DOS, which is now like what do they call it? They call it command prompt now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They used to teach us, I think year 1 or 2, like basically when we were 6 or 7 year old, they used to teach us like DOS, because back then we didn't really have, like, not every computer had like a Windows 95 or a Windows
like UI
operating
stuff.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they used to teach us basic command prompt commands. And that's how it happened. And because my final year project for my bachelor's was me and a friend of mine. We created this wireless, like an autonomous robot,
Right.
and we based it on, what do you call it? Like at that point in time, this was what, 2000, 2011, 2011, 2000, end of 2011, 2010 kind of a thingy.
Yeah.
And the Mars rover mission was a big thing. So we created this and a bot, which was basically, say if there was an accident in a factory or something, a manufacturing factory, like a chemical factory or something, you send the bot in and it will have like a couple of sensors on it, like the temperature sensor, a CO2 sensor,
Yeah.
like different whatever. You send it in, and it'll send back a signal to you. Okay, it's safe for actual humans to come in.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
we put in different
cool.
sensors, put in like a tiny ass camera on it.
Yeah.
Uh, but the thing was, we did the coding for it in like machine language.
Really? Machine code?
Yeah. So when I graduated, and I was like, I have inadvertently taught myself these languages.
Yeah, yeah.
How the fuck do I use it? So I worked as a software engineer for a bit. But that was basically designing websites
Yeah.
uh, before my masters, and then when I came over here, it kind of helps as well if you got like a bit of like technical know-how,
Mm.
because then when you go to the business side, because there's always this thing, you have your stakeholders, right?
Yeah.
People you engage with within the business. So you always have the tech stakeholders, which are like your programmers, your developers, and the,
Yeah.
the architects and
People who
whatnot.
speak technically. And then,
Basically, the
yeah.
people who actually do the building and building the shit. And then you have the business people who know fuck all about these things.
Yeah.
So if you have a tech know-how, it becomes easier to then go to the business stakeholders and have those conversations.